Yes, good morning, children. Myself, Rakesh Kumar Kaushik, and today we are going to discuss on chapter number 4 Alternative Centers of Power, class 12, Political Science. As per the discussion on chapter number 1 and 2, we had already discussed that arena of Cold War was ended up in 1991, and after that the world became a unipolar world where the US hegemony is there. But there are some regional organizations as well as some international organizations which are working against this unipolarity. These are some of the organizations which are quite powerful, and they are imposing some of the restrictions on the US hegemony. So in this series, today we will try to discuss about some of the regional organizations like European Union, ASEAN, and the emerging communist power, China. Now, let's start with European Union. European Union is the organization of the European countries which was established to regain the economic, political, and military importance in the world politics. If you can observe in this particular map, you can easily observe that there are lot of members in European Union. So member states like Ireland, United Kingdom, France, Spain, Portugal, France, Spain, Portugal, Denmark, Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, Austria, Hungary, etc. There are a lot of members in European Union. So what is European Union and when it was established, and what is the importance of European Union as a regional organization in international politics? Now let's have the next point, the European Union. As we had already discussed about the Second World War, destroyed the supremacy in terms of economy, political, and other dominance of the European countries exactly after the use of nuclear bomb by United States of America. Exactly after the Second World War, the US government had announced the Marshall Plan, which was an collective security measure for NATO and some economic aid through organizations for Economic Council of Europe was given. Exactly after Marshall Plan, the Council of Europe was established in 1949, which was a political cooperation organization of European countries. Then after, the European Economic Community was established in 1957. Exactly after 1957, there were the problems occurred due to the Cold War arena. And exactly after the collapse of USSR in 1991, the European Union was officially organized in 1992 with the Common Foreign and Security Policy, cooperation on justice and home affairs, and the creation of a single currency. So these were some of the common goals of the countries which were organized under the flag of European Union in 1992. The European Union is working quite fine, but the concept of the single constitution for the entire European countries was failed. But all these European countries are following the common foreign and security policy with own flag, anthem, founding date and currency. So we can easily observe that the European Union is a powerful regional organization. Then the economic to political unit. What it means? Nowadays, the European Union is working as a political unit of the entire Europe. Now we are going to discuss something about the economic power of the European Union. The European Union is the world's biggest economy with a GDP of more than $12 trillion in 2005, slightly larger than that of the United States. Its currency, the euro, can pose a threat to the dominance of the US dollar. Its share of power of trade is 3 times larger than that of the United States, allowing it to be more assertive in trade disputes with the US and China. Its economic power gives it influence over its closest neighbors as well as in Asia and Africa. It also functions as an important bloc in international economic organizations such as the World Trade Organization. So we can easily observe that the 15 years ago, the total GDP of the European Union was more than $12 trillion. So you can easily understand that after 15 years, that means in 2020, how much strong the economy of the European Union is. The next is political and diplomatic power of European Union. 2 members of the European Union, Britain and France, hold permanent seats on the UN Security Council. So it means in the UN Security Council, the European Union is quite powerful because there are 2 countries which are the representatives of European Union and they are having the veto power. The European Union includes several non-permanent members of the United Nations Security Council. This has enabled the European Union to influence some US policies such as the current US position on Iran's nuclear program. And nowadays, there are a lot of things on which the European Union is quite influential in the political aspects. Its use of diplomacy, economic investments, and negotiations rather than coercion and military forces has been effective, as in the case of its dialogue with China on human rights and environmental degradations. Then, now come to the military power. The European Union's combined armed forces are the 2nd largest in the world. Its total spending on defense is 2nd after the US. 2 European Union member states, Britain and France, also have nuclear arsenals of approximately 550 nuclear warheads. It is also the world's 2nd most important source of space and communication technology. So, above 3 points, that is economic, political and military organizations or powers, we can say that European Union is a powerful regional as well as international organizations. But there are some restrictions on European Union. In many areas, its member states have their own foreign relations and defense policies that are often at odds with each other. That means on some of the issues, all the countries are not 100% agree. Thus, Britain's Prime Minister Tony Blair was America's partner in the Iraq invasion, and many of the European Union's newer members made up the US-led coalition of the willing, whereas Germany and France opposed American policy. So what it means? European Union, no doubt, is a powerful organization, but it doesn't mean that all the countries of Europe are quite agree on all the issues. So there is also a deep-seated Euroscepticism in some parts of Europe about the European Union integrationist agenda. Then, for example, we can say the Britain's former Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher kept the UK out of the European market. So, no doubt that economically, diplomatically and militarily, European Union is a powerful organization. But there are some complicated issues on which all the countries of the European Union are not agree. Then come to the next point. Denmark and Sweden have resisted the Maastricht Treaty and the adoption of the euro, the common European currency. This limits the ability of the European Union to act in matters of foreign relations and defense. So it is something about the European Union. In the next class, we will try to discuss on the other points of this particular topic. Thank you.